3, 2, 1. And we're back.
All right.
You feeling good?
I feel pretty good.
Feeling a little saucy?
Got a couple glasses in us.
Just a little bit. What are we
I
drinking?
feel like the words can flow now.
Let's see. Dude, this is the best fucking margarita mix for sure.
Organic, too.
I don't care if it's organic. It's just good. Only 68 calories per serving.
Nice.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know if I want to take a pull of tequila. We've already finished half of this fifth already.
Just like a quick pull. I mean, your body's
with
trained
a chaser?
from... Yeah, you can chase it,
Okay.
too.
All right. You go first.
When we used to take hamster wheels with Fleshman's vodka. That nothing can be worse than that. That's what I always tell myself before every pull. I think back to those plastic vodka days from pledging.
Oh my god, dude! You tilt the little speckle thing.
It's almost like you can feel your stomach getting uneasy thinking about it.
Ugh. Luke, will you check if I'm in the frame? Over here. What? Oh. It's like my shoulder in it.
All right.
Oh, dude, I can't believe you're making me do this. What if I yak all over the podcast?
That's good content.
At least the chaser makes it better. All right, give me your fucking cup.
The what?
Give me your cup. Let me pour you
Right here?
a marg, big guy.
There you go.
So we were talking about something. Pollard, would you consider yourself a Shakespearean tragedy?
Shakespearean
tragedy.
Define a Shakespearean tragedy.
It's like, tragedy by Shakespeare, dude. Is your life a Shakespearean tragedy? Because honestly, when we were pledging, you got such a bad rap, dude. You were like that. You remember when we were pledging, and you did that? When we were we had such a good pledging, right? Because we never got hazed.
Yeah.
And when our brothers were so nice to allow us to do a party and plan it out. Remember when we did that, our paint party, and you made that huge fucking Google Docs? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Just pull it up.
This was quite the creation. I feel like this was when everybody... I'd known everybody in our fraternity for 2 months. And when I busted this out, everyone kind of was just like, what the fuck?
Oh, man, dude. It was so fucking fun back in the day. Did you know what we were getting into? Like, were you fully aware what we were getting into?
In joining a fraternity?
Into joining our fraternity.
No.
I
Absolutely
had no fucking
not.
idea, dude. I thought, I was like, all right, you know what? Like, not everyone's here or whatever. I did not know that we were just not even going to be fucking...
All right. So
Our pledge class was half the size of the active chapter. Like...
I'm trying to see if I can find the word count on this bad boy. Because it's at least like 7 pages.
Luke, can I rip your jewel? Yeah. This is the best of the best.
Oh, word count, perfect. 2,518 words for the pledge class party outline.
Was it a party outline or was it like I thought it was like a week, like a daily like schedule, it's like optional.
If you're gonna talk, you need a mic, dude.
So it was
all right, hold on. Go get your laptop, and there's a mic in the thing, and you can sit right there. You don't have to be on camera.
So
just go get it real quick.
If we had like the number of guests appropriate to make this party happen, it would be fucking sweet.
The problem was
would have been sweet
when we were fucking pledging. We had the ratchiest,
yes,
the most ratchet girls like ever. Dude, I remember the first fucking party. I was pledging, or no, I was rushing, and there was a pledge party, and I brought this girl. I brought like 2 girls. One I was talking with, and the other one was a friend. And she ended up being like an ASU like dance team cheerleader or whatever. And we walk into the party. First 5 minutes, our pledge master goes up to her and just shoves a wine bag in her face and goes, "Rip it, Wine Wednesday!" Ah! And she was just like, "No." And she goes up to me and she's like,
hard pass, sir.
"Eddie, we're leaving." And I fucking Dude, I didn't even drink a beer. I fucking left this girl that I brought to the first party. And then as we were walking back to my place, both those girls were like, Eddie, don't do it. If you fucking join that fraternity, there's nothing good's gonna come out. They're all a bunch of fucking losers. And like, blah, 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 blah. She's like, I will not come to a single fucking party if you go. And they were right. When I joined, none of them, they never came back. They never came to a single fucking, it was ratchet, dude. It was disgusting. It was an open party though. So a bunch of MCC kids were there and shit. And like, ugh. Dude, we were fucking dirty back then. All the mud. You remember the mud?
Oh, yeah.
You would have to walk through to get to the party. It's fucking disgusting. I cannot believe that we spent... What were we doing, dude? That only happens when you're like 19 years old.
Like, yeah, we literally did not know any better.
Does anyone have the picture of the girl flashing at that one open party?
Oh, I do. I don't know if we can show that.
Picture? Yeah. Remember that?
I'll pull it. Okay,
Luke
I'll pull
needs
it
it for recreational purposes.
I'll pull it up. I'll put it right here. I'll put it right here, but it's blurred. It's gonna be blurred, and all their faces are gonna be cropped out. But that was, dude, it was disgusting. What were we doing, dude? What were we doing? We're all like good, like decent men, and we were just like, oh, what's going on? I'm 19. Like, I don't fucking know what to do. That was just disgusting. That was a disgusting period of time, dude.
Yeah, that was like absolutely insane. Just the stuff that would go down at those plex parties.
So pull up that thing. Let me read a couple excerpts.
All right, this is some golden content. Do you have a good one?
All right.
So
it starts off.
For a little context here, I was put with the responsibility of planning this party for our pledge class, like to celebrate us like getting initiated, essentially
becoming brothers.
And so I was given an inch, and I pretty much took a whole fucking marathon's worth of miles and tried to plan this thing. Wrote out like this whole outline for our pledge class.
Would you say 2,000 words?
2,500 words.
2,500 fucking words.
Nobody read any of it.
The Tower of Power.
I was just sitting here cranking this out.
I mean, this might be good, dude.
Everything easier.
We might create like, this was a good party idea. It's just we were fucking soft back then.
Yeah, I mean, the party was like, they had to. So okay, the paint party was the reward.
Give a quick background, because I'm not gonna read this whole fucking thing.
I remember. So the way I thought of it was, we had the courtyard of the plex that wrapped around into the backyard, which took you into the house.
So we have you walk in. There's like a courtyard here, and then there's basically a dirt lot that leads to another house over here.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Exactly.
It's kind of like an upside down U.
So in the house was the paint party with the DJ, the bar, super cool. And in order to get to the house, to the paint portion of the party, they would have to get through like 3 levels of games. So they'd have to be like the beer pong like station of the games, advanced, and then like I think one of them was like flip cup, and then
they were in every room, right? It was like a different.
Not every room. It was different like portions of the courtyard. And I wanted to have like our pledge class like running those stations.
Sorority girls would be down, but they weren't sorority girls. They were MCC girls coming to our fucking parties.
Which, if you get everyone on board with that, would have been an absolutely sweet.
I agree.
I got the idea from that. I can't remember what movie it was, but
Beta House, American Pie.
No, but it was like in the movie they went to this apartment.
I'm pretty sure it's like American Pie Beta House.
It might be.
I'm pretty sure.
It might be. And they have to like, each different level of the apartment is a game, and they have to beat that game in order to get to the next level.
Luke, will you look up on your laptop, look up American Pie Beta House, like Tower of Power, or just look up Tower of Power. I'm 95% sure that it's from that movie.
They had it in like the movie with the Asian guy like turned.
Oh yeah, it was yeah. That's it. Oh man, it was 21 and up. 21 and over or something like that. 21 and over.
It's a good movie.
All right.
Where's that movie?
But yeah,
in the big drawer by the Gucci painting.
When you look back and read this outline, like 5 years later, it's just absurd that
all right, okay,
putting this much effort into.
As a freshman, dude, I mean, I would hire you. Pledge party outline. I'll do logistics. Time. Doors open for the Tower of Power at 10 p.m.
Bold font.
Close at 12. You cannot. That was the biggest issue I had. Was like you can't close a party off. You know, you said doors close at 10. Doors open at 11:30 for paint party. The Tower of Power is what people who attend our party will have to conquer in order to get to the ultimate prize. The ultimate prize.
I love the adjectives.
You were just on thesaurus. Just what's another word for sick? However, it works that there will be 4 different stages and levels a participant of our party will have to participate in order to be allowed into the paint. Just like, imagine some girl just fucking walks in with her friends. She's like, I want to go to the paint party. You're like, no, bitch. You have to fucking play beer pong first.
Hop in the beer.
But at the beginning of the party, the regulators will explain to them how the process works, as well as send them to various levels. Once they complete a stage, they will be given a beaded necklace from the game representatives and sent back to the regulators. Were we supposed to be the game representatives?
Yeah.
Okay.
Our pledge class would be the one.
In order to advance from a level, a participant must either win the game they are playing at the party or at least play it twice. However, if they don't win both times, they must take a shot in order to officially complete the level. The only level this doesn't apply to is Rage Cage, where in order to complete the level, a participant must complete the game. They just play the game. Once they have all 4 beads to represent what they have completed in the challenges, they will use it as their ticket to the paint party. Once they have completed their stage, send them back to the regulator table. The 4 stages will consist of 4 different types of popular drinking games: beer pong, flip cup, quarters, and Rage Cage. I mean, it was a good idea. It's just like...
Oh, it can definitely be done.
It definitely can. Maybe at like Stanford, where people are a little bit more intellectual than like... some fucking...
If we were better.
If we were sick. Yeah, we were definitely...
I thought it was the coolest idea ever. But yeah. I think I got the mic working, by the way.
Don't hold it too
yeah,
close to
it's
your
just
face.
like no one... I don't know. I could just totally see everyone, like, couple people out there trying to do it, and then, like, no one else in the party because they're like, fuck this.
No, I get what you're saying. It was just like...
most of the people probably would have just ended up going to the paint party.
Oh, put in
like there would have been
put in your password again.
No stopping people from.
Well, that's the thing is like, no one wants to go to a party to be told what to do.
Yeah,
that's the issue with it. But
I think it should have been like two separate things.
That paint party though,
you
literally
wrote
sick.
Why don't you you literally need to just post this so people know how to play like. Level 3 quarters, how to play. There's links, supplies, number of people playing, a summary. You're like describing each game. Dude, this was like the first time you fucking took Adderall. Just how to play beer pong. Like some fucking dude is like getting ready to take his final for his like final senior semester, and he just sees you and they're like looking up how to play beer pong at the library.
Nice little links.
Strategies
for playing beer pong.
Nobody could come to me with any questions. I could just point them right to the outline. Yeah, you know? That was the thinking there.
I would have been I would have been a regulator. I'm under the regulator. Luke, you're a war representative.
What?
You're a war representative.
What game?
I think war.
What's war?
War is like the game.
See the outline.
Just check the outline.
Check the link.
Level setup. This is amazing, dude. I can't believe you put that much effort into it. It's sad that it didn't work out too. But
the pledge party that we ended up doing, the paint party, was pretty cool.
No, the paint party was tank. I will say though, dude, best 2 fucking social chairs. You 2 right here. Best social chairs. We had the best parties back then. It got a little stale near the end. It was just like whatever. But we had so much. That was what was so cool when we joined like our fraternity. It was just like there was so much creativity. There was so much initiative. There was so much just like power for us to, just be creative and to develop something and to work at it. And I feel like that's what's kind of lost now. It's just like, oh, just party, just get a couple of beers and stuff. But we were so shitty back then. Like we were trying to create something unique.
Like
it didn't work though.
We were trying to be like TFM, It's like, yes, this is like the,
I guess.
Not in a bad way, but I mean, I don't know.
Did you read the TFM book and base it off of that?
I did read the TFM book, but
I read it like 2 times.
It's a good book. It's pretty funny.
I know.
But those parties, the themed ones, like will always like stick in my memory from
it's sad that like I remember because it was like we had the Cabo parties, like I hosted one, You hosted one. You know?
The Polar Peas themed Thursdays. Okay, so
But the thing with Bob Pollard is he would try and you'd be so creative. You wouldn't just go to Party City and like buy like the decorations for that theme. You would like create like decorations.
Do you remember that fucking
almost,
dude
you know?
that we would go to? He was like
Yeah.
an ex-Hollywood like producer or like ex-Hollywood dude. And he had a huge warehouse
Yeah,
over
that
in
place
Mesa.
was sick.
Me and Sean drove over there and just it was crazy in there. Like the amount of things we got. We got like tiki heads and fucking all sorts of crazy things. That was so dope. Now they just go to Party City. Dude, the last call was just like, this is fucking whack, dude. What are you doing?
They literally just went to Party City, but yeah, no, it's like
The last Cabo.
I know
Yeah.
for my Cabo, you know, it's like someone had a surfboard. We brought a surfboard in, put the neon tape on.
Sick.
You know, but yeah, no one does that. And then just the fact that you went to or reached out to the movie studio place, warehouse, whatever.
Do you guys remember the reaction when I first posted that I was gonna put a beach in the living room? Everyone was like, absolutely not.
That was
Like-
so sick, though, dude. That was so sick. They still had the beach in the.
like, there's no way this is gonna fucking happen.
It fucking worked, though.
I
It
did
worked. Polar Peas themed. All right, so usually in the show we have a segment where it's called alter egos, obviously. So we have to determine your drunk alter ego. You already kind of have an alter ego, but your name is Pollard. So we call you Polar P because you would always be drinking out of like Polar Peas, like Circle K Polar Peas, and like put alcohol in them. But is that like your alter ego? Would you say that defines?
Yeah,
your alter
I'd say that's
ego?
a good drunk alter ego, right?
What
there.
defines your alter ego? What would you say? Like
defines it? I would say
cross-eyed? You get a little cross-eyed.
I do get a little cross.
Don't we all? I get a little cross-eyed too.
I definitely am very compulsive when I drink.
Yeah.
Like the minute I get that first sip of alcohol,
89 cents for a Polar Peas.
I'm
very
throwing them
compulsive.
back. You know, it's like a.
Once
like-
you start, it's hard
Yeah.
to stop. Yeah.
It's really hard to slow myself
I
down.
feel that too. It's just like if I don't limit myself at like 2-3 drinks, I'm just going. I'm going all night.
Especially when I go out to Old Town, like I have a really, really bad time with disciplining myself to not buy drinks.
Yeah, you
When I'm
spend
drunk,
more
there's
money.
no, like,
yeah.
There's no like reason in
just
me
like
to,
one more beer, $6. Fuck it. Like,
Yeah,
why not?
What's a $12 16-ounce beer gonna?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, the Polar P. The magnificent Polar P, dude. Oh, man. It's fucking funny because it's like, that's literally what I refer to you as more than everything. Like, if I'm like, I'm going to see Tyler. Oh, they're like, who? I'm going to see Pollard. Who? Polar P. Ah.
When people call
Das
me
Polar P.
people who call me Polar P, like hold like a special place in my
Oh,
heart.
man.
Like I don't get called that nickname like by my
You
high school
did it right,
friends,
though,
my
dude.
work-
You left within a good range of time. It's just a lot, dude. Like, right when you left, like, right after, like, your junior year, I think. Because, yeah, you lived in the Plex sophomore year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so right after
Crazy
your
year.
junior year is when, like, everyone started to just fucking die off. Because it was just like, ugh. You can only do it for so long. You can only care for so long. You know what I'm saying? But, like, man, those couple years, dude, living at the Plex. Do you remember the night? He's one of my favorite nights of all time. Do you remember the night where the light went out when we were living at the 6?
Yeah.
The
it was
electricity
like a big
went
storm.
out, and so I go out and it's like me
That was
and
a sick
Ethan, I
night.
think, and I like, or me
We're
and
out there,
Ryan,
like, at a
and
campfire.
I open it, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then Webby and Noah are at the other end, and they're like, hey, shut the fuck up. And I'm like, hey, you be quiet. Don't make me come over there. It's just like pouring rain and lightning, and we're
I
just
do remember
arguing.
that.
And then you and Ethan open the door in between us, and you're like, will you two shut the fuck up? And then we just hung out. We like, once the rain died down, we like went out into the courtyard, and we somebody turned on their car lights, and we just hung out and lit a fire and put out our little like chairs, and we just hung out outside like all night because we had no electricity.
That was a crazy
Dude.
storm.
And I love that because it's like, I feel like that's what the 80s were like, you know? It's like, for our time, like, we were all stuck inside our houses, like, playing Xbox and shit. But, like, back in the day, they didn't have that. So they had to hang out, like, 24/7.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It would be. I always think about like how dope it would be to grow up that kind of way where you don't have like a cell phone or technology to like pass free time with, because like if you take those things away, like when you're on vacation, you like force yourself to do things that like
I agree.
like occupy your time.
Mm-hmm.
That's where like growing up in a period like that, I feel like
you just learn a lot more, like being more.
I try to like not be on my phone as on. This is something that I'm like been focusing on a lot lately. It's like not trying to be on my phone.
I
a
think
lot
the
in social.
idea of like, it's just so weird that like you can't really go on an adventure anymore to like the same extent like that you like see in movies. Thank you. Shit. Okay, I lost track. No, but it's just like everything's been discovered now. I guess like if you're going somewhere, it's just like a vacation. Like you know what I mean? Like I just kind of wish like we didn't know what was on that island. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they're goblins and ghouls.
Ghouls.
You know what I'm
Should we
saying?
go? Should we go?
It's just like
underneath-
a vacation. You can't like let's
in
go.
the sewers. Should we do a podcast in the sewers next?
In the,
There were no goblins. There were no ghouls because they don't exist.
down here in the sewers. So far, no goblins.
The Goblin Podcast 2.0.
We'll keep you updated as things progress.
We have seen one ghoul. It's been over 24 hours.
Dude, like
Should we done a Goblin and Ghouls podcast?
the concept of
Or
ghosts and like
Do you think ghosts exist?
I think they do.
No way. Really?
I've watched some YouTube videos that are like, how does that stuff's like scary to
Have
me.
you ever?
That's more scary than-
Have you ever encountered a ghost?
Not personally.
I just don't know if they exist. I don't
could-
know if I believe in that.
There's
I
really
don't believe
no
in
way to like.
vampires or werewolves or
Yeah, I don't think those exist. but,
ghosts.
Like
I don't
if
know. I do feel like there's like, all right, like there's definitely some sort of like energy entity that our souls have. Like, you know, people have like, people know like when their loved ones die or some shit like that. Like there is some sort of like connection. But you know what I've heard? So this is what I've heard. And this is strictly like a scientific. I'm pretty on the side of like scientific stuff. So you know how we're in the third dimension?
Mm-hmm.
There's multiple dimensions. Apparently, there's a extra dimension that is a dimension for the connections we hold with other human beings, with souls. You know, the stronger the connection is, the more, you know, it's you just hold that connection inside of
That dimension.
of the other dimension. So when that connection breaks, you feel it. So, you know, people say like twins or something feel what the other twin feels because they have such a strong connection. Or like if someone's like brother or something passes away, they know before they even hear the news, you know? And I've had friends pass away, or people that I have strong emotional connections to, whether positive or negative, that I've gotten the feeling that they passed before I know they passed. Like you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've ever, like, I just remember the most recent one. Like I had a dream with someone I had a really strong emotional connection to, but it was very negative. And he came to me in my dreams and apologized and was like, we like made up and we're like buddies again. Woke up, I was like, that is so fucking weird. I haven't thought about this person in years. Why would I think about him right now? Why would I think of him in such a positive light when all we ever had was negative? You know, as this kid, I would fight all the time when I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
No more than 2 hours later, after I woke up, I get a text message. Yo, did you hear about what happened with so-and-so? I'm like, no, what happened? He passed. And it's like,
that stuff's crazy.
you know what I'm saying? And
Or
I've experienced that shit, and I have to contribute it to, like, I don't know, maybe it is energies, maybe it is, you know, like my soul or like my mind is so hung up on the negativity or unresolved conflict I had with this person that, like, when they're gone, you know, you feel it. But I also think it's like that dimension of like that connection being cut off, that you feel it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's as far as like ghosts. I feel like, you know, this person passed away and their connections being broken off resonate with other people. You know what I'm saying? But like as terms as like, you know, hauntings and shit, I don't fucking.
I've never had an experience with ghosts, but if I did, I would be just tripping out. Like to me, like that kind of stuff is scarier than like an actual. Because I feel like if you're dealing with like a ghost in your house, like you've seen those like haunted movies, like you can't There's nothing you can do against the ghost, you
No,
know?
I know, dude. I
They're
mean,
gonna
I don't
fuck
know if
you
I
up.
believe in those. Just like Chucky, dude. You know what I hate most about like horror movies? I don't fucking like horror movies, but like, why don't you just fucking fight him, dude? Just fight him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's
Chucky,
a spirit.
Chucky's
you know?
coming at you with like a fucking knife. Just grab a baseball bat to that little motherfucker and just hit
Pretty
him
sure you
across
can't
the
even
room.
hurt them. They're ghosts.
But no, I'm just saying Chucky's like, Chucky the doll,
Yeah.
like he's a little entity.
Well, 9-iron.
Yeah, that's why. Do you ever watch the movie It?
No.
The new one?
Uh,
Do you watch Stranger Things?
yes.
Okay, so the main kid in there, Finn Wolfhard,
Mhm.
the Mike, he's like one of the main characters in It. Do you watch scary movies?
Not a big scary movie guy.
Okay. Do you like thrillers?
Yes.
Okay, you should watch It. It is a scary movie, but I fucking hate scary movies. I can't go to sleep. But like it is a really good movie because it's scary as in the terms of they make scary things about non-scary things. Perfect example. In the beginning, they have a character who is a little kid. He's like, 8. And he's scared of the basement. Who's not scared of the basement? It's dark, it's cold, it's wet. And so he has to go down to the basement for like some batteries or like paint or something. And the way they film it and the way they film the shadows and the music and the cinematography, it's scary. I was sitting there and it's at the beginning of the movie and I was like, why am I fucking scared of this basement right now? But it makes you feel weird because they do such a good job of portraying the fear of the character into something super basic like a basement.
Yeah.
And since they're all kids in the beginning of It, they're all kids, it's all the fears of children, which are pretty irrational for the most part. But it's a very good movie and it's not very scary. And it's pretty CGI.
It was very popular
It's good.
when it first came out.
I hate scary movies. I fucking Luke and Staley made me watch was it The Conjuring? I don't know where he is, but like
The Shining.
no. Oh, I like The Shining.
Just
I like
threw
The
out
Shining.
the first
No, I like The Shining.
Scary movie that popped
But The
in my
Shining's
head.
not scary either. The Shining's not scary at all. It's creepy.
Kind of weird.
It's weird, but it's not scary. All these like The Nun and fucking Annabelle and all those weird. I don't want to see that shit. But like
Paranormal Activity.
yeah, that shit like
Creepy.
yeah. I don't want to see
Very
that shit.
scary.
But dude, no, it was good because like it made things scary that aren't supposed to be scary, and I like that movie because I've always said like fight back, like just fucking punch him, just hit him, and that's what they do. These kids like just beat the fuck out of the clown and like it's sick.
If you were to give like a top 3 like directors, who would your
Directors of all time,
like
Okay.
movies? It doesn't have to be like
My
like a
favorite
public
movies,
consensus
or-
of top
Okay,
3, but your
Quentin Tarantino for
number
sure.
1
In no order.
in no order. Okay.
In no order. Quentin Tarantino. Probably Ridley Scott would be second. Ridley Scott shot Alien. He shot Blade Runner. Ridley Scott has done a lot of other movies too. He's done some lesser ones, but man, if I had, he's done a bunch of really good movies. And the third one, that's a tough one. I would say Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese's,
He's got some.
he's got some
movies.
bangers. He's got, but then, and then you have stuff like Francis Ford Coppola, who did The Godfather, who did Apocalypse Now. It's a tough one. It's a tough one for sure. Who would you say are your?
For me, I'd probably say Tarantino's definitely in there. Any Tarantino movie is just incredible the way he sets things up. Christopher Nolan, another big one. Any Christopher Nolan movie, I feel like is like his thrillers. He hits like directly on the nail. Like Inception, The Dark Knight, The Prestige was a really good movie. I got that recommendation.
Yeah,
from
you ended up watching
with
it?
the magic.
Hell
and-
yeah! What did you think of it? I mean, you don't have to spoil it, but like, yeah, what did you think of it?
It was good, really good.
Good.
Definitely like I enjoy directors when they'll use like the same actors in different movies that they have. Like how in The Prestige he has his name's on the tip of my tongue right now. Christian Bale. He has him in The Prestige and also in The Dark Knight as well. And then the butler
Oh,
Batman
Michael Caine
is also
Michael
in that
Caine.
movie too. Yeah.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan does that a lot. Quentin Tarantino does that so much.
Yeah,
We
he's
were
got
watching-
Samuel L. Jackson.
We were
like
watching
every-
The Hateful Eight yesterday, and Staley was like, "Is Quentin Tarantino and Samuel L. Jackson just like best friends or something?" I was like, "I know. He just really likes him for some reason."
He uses DiCaprio a lot too.
DiCaprio. Are you excited for the new one?
Yeah, it's gonna be
I'm
amazing.
super excited for it.
That's a stacked cast. Brad Pitt and DiCaprio.
I agree.
That's coming out like this week, isn't it?
dude. Maybe a week or two. Yeah, pretty soon.
Oh, I want to say it was early July. But
yeah, no, it's definitely like the 14th or something.
So you got Tarantino, Christopher Nolan, and then Scorsese / Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg is really good. It's just
That's a very
Scorsese's-
cliche
yeah
answer,
yeah.
Spielberg, but the Lord of the Rings movies are so good that it's
That's not Steven Spielberg.
Spielberg?
No,
Lord of the Rings?
No, that's Peter Jackson.
No shit.
Yeah, Spielberg is E.T., Jurassic Park, Ready Player One. Yeah.
Well, that actually kind of changes things because I thought that Steven Spielberg directed the Lord of the Rings movies. and I
No,
was
bro,
like,
that's Peter Jackson.
I don't know
dude.
why. I've literally had this
No.
in my head the whole time I've known about like Lord of the Rings.
No, man, that's Peter Jackson.
Well, Peter Jackson, good director right there.
No, Peter Jackson's a good director too. Absolutely. I mean, I love Lord of the Rings.
I would say
But-
that the 3 Lord of the Rings movies are like some of my favorite movies of all time.
It's the hands down the best trilogy
Yeah.
for sure. I love Star Wars.
The action scenes are like
but it's just
incredible.
in terms of like everything, it's so good. It's so good, and it's so well done for its time. I had a podcast earlier with this girl named Emily. And we were talking about it. Like they just did so good for the time. You know. Do you want another one?
Sure.
You hear me. So out of those movies that I sent you, you want to pull that up? That tweet.
Yeah. Sure.
What movies did I send you? How many did you end up watching?
Just hold on, let me see the tweet here.
I was gonna pull up more Ridley Scott movies.
I have not seen a lot of Ridley Scott. That's something
You probably have, and you don't know you have. And that's why I wanted to pull it up because he has a lot of movies that you don't think. Okay, Alien, Blade Runner, Gladiator. He directed Gladiator.
A fucking great
Come on,
movie.
bro. Gladiator, Prometheus,
Russell Crowe.
the new Alien Covenant. I mean, I love Alien. I love Aliens. James Cameron directed Aliens. He directed Black Hawk Down. He directed The Martian. Do you remember The Martian?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I mean, those are fucking incredible movies. Another guy who I really, really like is Denis Villeneuve or Denis Villeneuve. He directed the new Blade Runner. He directed the new he directed that movie it was what's the movie with that redheaded girl? Oh my god, I'm blanking out.
Emma Stone.
No, the other girl. She's married to Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
It's about like the aliens.
All right, so I found that tweet. We have
Sorry, all right, hold on. Arrival.
Whiplash.
Arrival and Sicario.
Arrival's a good movie.
And Sicario.
That's Ridley.
No, this is Denis Villeneuve.
Okay.
But yeah, Ridley Scott does really good ones too. Okay, but go ahead. All right, so for some background, the other day, here's your drink by the way.
Thank you.
Pollard asked me through Twitter, like what some movies were that like just like my favorite movies of all time or whatever that he should be watching because he's on a movie binge. So go ahead and let him know.
Let's see here. You had
Where
all
you
right,
at, bro?
so Interstellar, Pulp Fiction, Godfather, City of God, and Apocalypse Now were your top 5 movies. And then you said, but some other personal favorites are Aliens, Predator,
Scarface, The Departed, great movie. Dark Knight, great movie. Django, great movie. Blade Runner, and its sequel. So I have not seen Blade Runner or Aliens or Predator.
So you've never seen Predator?
No.
Predator is a great movie. It's a very classic 80s action flick with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's just fun, you know.
Classic
Get
80s.
to the chopper.
Oh, that's where that come from.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's that movie. Aliens is great. It's also very Predator-ish. Like
I
Blade
kind of
Runner-
honestly thought that they were always the same movie.
No, man.
Did they do
They're-
like a little? Crashed?
did
Alien
the
versus Predator?
Yeah, they did it eventually, but initially
Okay.
they had nothing to do with each other. But Blade Runner is a movie I would suggest, man. It is.
Sounds like it could be a
The
good movie.
first movie is shot in 1982, I believe, with Harrison Ford as the main guy, and it's so ethereal, it's so dreamy. It's based on a book called "Do Robots Dream of Electric Sheep?" And basically the plot is that in the future we have these androids, basically these robots that are so human-like, and the Blade Runners are cops who are set to put down and to kill these robots. But they're so human-like to a certain degree that like it becomes a thing. Like, are we putting down a human being or are we putting down a robot? And these humans, these robots are like going to try to like become human, and they're so human to a certain point that like it's just a very well done movie, and it's very dreamy. It's very good at like creating a specific world. And then they did, so that was in 1982, and then 2 years ago I believe they did Blade Runner 2049 with Ryan Gosling, and that movie's incredible too. It's so long, but it's so good.
2049.
Yeah.
Is that like the year it's
the
based
first Blade Runner takes place in Los Angeles 2019 or 2017.
Yeah.
2019. And then this one's 2049. And they're just the world they create and the visuals, and you really get sucked into them. And it's just, they're really good movies, but they're movies that you have to watch a lot. The first time I watched Blade Runner, I thought nothing of it. I was in high school. You have to watch them multiple times for sure
So
to understand fully like what the movie's about.
this brings up a good point. I was going to ask this earlier. But does artificial intelligence not scare the shit out of you?
Oh, it does.
Like,
Yes and no. Okay, yes and no. So, me and David Roberts had a great talk about this. So there's artificial intelligence, and then there's like artificial superintelligence, where it's like he says that eventually it's called artificial general intelligence. So he says eventually there's going to be an artificial intelligence that's going to know everything about you so well that movies, video games, music, everything is going to be obsolete. It's going to know you so well, Tyler, that it's going to be like, I can create, this is me as like the artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Talking. It's called AGI. I know the perfect movie that Tyler would love because it knows exactly what you like. It knows what type of movies you enjoy the most, your favorite movies, your favorite actors, everything. And it will make a movie for you specifically to cater to you, and it will be the best movie you've ever seen.
that's a dope part of artificial.
It will. But then
That is
it can
cool.
do that. It can do that for video games. It can do that for music. It can do that for all that. But then it comes to be like, okay, people say when robots take care of all the menial jobs of making cars, of cleaning your house, of, you know, replacing your tires, all the blue collar jobs. What's left? White collar jobs. But eventually computers can do accounting, and they can do marketing, and they can do engineering, and they can do all that stuff. So what's left of that? Art. You know? People
Mhm.
say like, okay,
The creative
well,
aspect.
to be creative, what's the one thing they can't do?
Murder.
Is
They can
is
definitely
be
do that.
creative, is be creative. But then if a computer can be even more creative, if Peter Jackson can make the best movie he can ever make, and it won't be your favorite movie of all time, You love Lord of the Rings. I love Lord of the Rings. Is it my favorite movie of all time? My singular, if I could choose one movie of all time to watch it, probably not. But it can create that for you. So then what's left for humanity to do? And that's what's scary. Once artificial intelligence takes care of everything we need to live,
like pleasing us
and the creativeness of pleasing us, what else is there for humanity?
What's fulfilling?
What's fulfilling? Because what do we get fulfillment out of? Being a good worker, creating art to show to other people. If you're an artist and you're a movie maker and you create a movie and it becomes very well recognized and people love your movie and people love your art, that's fulfillment. If that's gone and you can't get anything out, like what's wrong? Like, Luke has something to say. What would you like to say?
Oh no, the Nets are signing KD and Kyrie Irving.
Ooh, breaking
Is that
news.
breaking news right now?
They're gonna sign him, yeah.
The New York
I mean,
Nets?
it's not like official.
The Brooklyn Nets.
Brooklyn Nets, whatever. Fuck you, Jay-Z.
The New Jersey, the New Jersey Nets?
The Brooklyn Nets of New York City.
All right. Well, we are reaching the apex of the vortex of the time-wise, so we might have to cut it here for a little bit. But I'm so glad you came out on the podcast, Polar P, and Shaka Bra, a legend amongst himself. Let's kill our drinks here, bud.
Right here. It's definitely a good time.
Amen.
Oh, I didn't finish it all. You hate to see it.
Well, thanks for coming on the show, bud, and
Thank you for having me.
we'll get you on another one for sure soon.
It was a good time, and
glad you
I'm
came
excited
on,
to
man.
see it come out.
Oh, it'll be out
Dived
soon.
into some cool topics.
Dr. Polar P.
It's cool having some cameos from Luke too.
Absolutely, man.
Our breaking news guy over
Well,
here.
like, that's the thing. It's like we gotta
You gotta
go.
edit the alerts in there.
We gotta go talk about it soon, or else, because if not, we're gonna go on and talk about it for another 30 minutes.
Ooh, Waj did tweet that, didn't he?
No shit.
He's planning to sign with the Brooklyn Nets.
All right, we're cutting it.